What's up, everybody? Dog 1985. There's levels to this. I want to have this conversation with you. I don't know how long this is going to take, but I hope I can articulate it as quickly as possible to get you on your day. So, Satya Nadella, I hope I'm saying his name right, came out and said that he wants to redefine what an Xbox gamer is. Let me tell you why I believe this is a problem, and I really think Xbox is playing with fire. Here's the deal, okay? The beginning of this generation, I was very blessed and lucky to have been able to purchase an Xbox Series X at launch. I went on the Best Buy website doing the pre-orders. I got it. Had to have it shipped to California, but my boy IsoMotion Gaming, he shipped it to me, and it was it was amazing. I had an amazing time with my Xbox Series X. You see, it was the first time that I got to play all of those games like that. So I owned the Xbox One, but I never really used it. I mostly played on PS4. But the reason I got the Xbox Series X is because I fell for the power narrative. I remember when people were saying that this thing was as powerful as a 3070, 30, almost the same narrative that people are using with the PlayStation 5 Pro. I fell for the power narrative. I went ahead and got the Xbox Series X, and what kept me on the Xbox Series X was actually Game Pass. But let me tell you this, the beginning stages of the Xbox Series X for me were phenomenal. I remember hopping on podcasts and people asking me, why you have an Xbox? Why do you like Game Pass? We don't rent games, we buy games. And to me, I never understood that. I was always a budget gamer, so I wasn't trying to spend full price for games anyway. So for at the time, I forgot what Game Pass Ultimate was. It was like maybe $15 a month, maybe less than that. I don't remember exactly what it was. It was a steal to have access to all these games. And I used my Game Pass subscription. I played through all the Gears. I played through all the Halos. I played Sunset Overdrive, all the Will of the Wisp, Ori Will of the Wisp, Sublime Forest. I played everything. I played Rise Son of Rome. I played all the Xbox. You know when people used to say Xbox has no games? Well, I played the games that the Xbox gamers were telling me, like, don't listen to the pony. Xbox definitely has games. And guess what? They were right. I enjoyed my time playing the Xbox games more than I enjoyed my time playing the PlayStation 4 games. And that's no cap. I'm being honest with you. Now, I love the PlayStation 4 games. I love the story driven, third person, over the shoulder action adventure game. I do love those games. I just didn't realize how much of those games are the same on the PlayStation side. It's the same thing over and over again. So going over to Xbox, seeing the different types of games, man, it was just phenomenal. I really enjoyed those games, and they felt a little bit darker. They felt a little bit more gritty. Like Xbox has a different feel to their types of games. Now, this generation, little by little, Xbox started making little moves that I saw them kind of a little bit iffy. Like, I believe that the Xbox Series X was the most powerful. However, I kept saying things being running better on the PlayStation 5. Like, I remember the first one that really jarred my mind. I couldn't believe it was Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and they had on the box optimized for the Xbox Series S and X. I remember that. That used to be a thing. Remember optimized for the Xbox Series X and S? However, Digital Foundry proved that it ran better on the PS5. And that was a problem for me because I didn't switch ecosystems completely. I didn't, just leave the PlayStation behind completely just for a marginal boost in performance. No, I wanted the more powerful product, the more powerful console. So I believed them and I got the Xbox Series X. Now, this didn't live up to the hype. See, some games you could, if you want to argue that the systems are equivalent, that's perfectly fine. But at this point, it shouldn't have even been equivalent. I remember the talks of people saying that 60 was going to be the base and 120 was going to be the norm. I remember when people were saying that the Xbox Series S was going to be is the same thing as the Xbox Series X except as a 1440p machine. You remember that? You remember that? I remember that too. So I believed in all of that, and it's not that Xbox said it themselves, but I never saw Xbox trying to correct it or dispel it. Anyways, long story short though, I started noticing how Xbox really doesn't care about their console gamers anymore. And I understood. I even made videos about it saying that the old Xbox fan is just not enough. The Xbox is coming for me. Hey, put you on a subscription service, all this other stuff. I remember that. I remember fighting with Xbox fans saying like, hey, Game Pass is the only thing that that's keeping Xbox afloat, because there was Xbox fans, believe it or not, that weren't fans of of Game Pass at first. Trust me, I had them. I had them in my comment section. But as time went on, they realized that that's really the only thing to fight for is Game Pass, right? But when games started coming out on the Xbox Series X at 30 frames per second, that's when I started looking at this thing iffy, especially when they were first party games. See, that's what really bothered me. When the first party games from Xbox were coming out on Xbox Series X at 30 frames per second, I didn't understand why. Why would you not prioritize to make it run better? And people tried to gaslight me saying that, oh, the world is too big. You could save sandwiches in Starfield. However, it didn't make sense because around that time I had a Asus ROG Ally. I remember I got that later, and I could run Starfield above 30. The Xbox Series X has VRR capability, so why not just unlock it and let me run at whatever frames it can on my TV if my TV has VRR as well? But no, they wouldn't even do that. Do you know why? Because they didn't care about that. All they care about was just getting the game out. They didn't care about making sure that you as a console owner got the best experience. See, you as a console owner don't have the best experience on Xbox. The PC gamer does. When it comes to these games, the PC gamer did. And eventually it took Starfield, Redfall, and then Hellblade. And when I saw Hellblade was going to drop at 30 frames, that's when I said, okay, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. And people still tried to go ahead and save Xbox. Said if they made a performance version, it would look bad and the ponies would make fun of how bad that version made. Listen, give me whatever version they made for the Xbox Series S. Because Hellblade 2 runs on the Xbox Series S. Give me that version on the X and then make it run at 60 frames. Do that, because that version doesn't look great either, right? And do you think I care what a pony's going to say about how a game looks? I don't. I'm here to play these games, but I'm going to play them at 60 frames because that matters to me as a gamer. So the Xbox community shunned me. The Xbox community said you're not a real console gamer. If you want, play games at above 30 frames, go to PC, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Well, it took a while, but eventually I listened. And I got to say they were right. I came over to PC. But here's the thing. When I came over to PC, one of the things that I applauded Xbox on was the fact that they made it easy for me to transition to PC because I still had Game Pass Ultimate. So the majority of the games I was still going to be able to play. Now, I got lucky that at the beginning of the generation, I played a lot of the older games on the Xbox Series X because the PC version of Game Pass is not the same as the console version of Game Pass. See, the console version of Game Pass has a lot of 360 games, all that other stuff. And a lot of those games were 4K upscaled and boosted, FPS boosted. I remember that as well. And again, it was phenomenal. That was great. But when the new games started to come out, it was a problem. Indiana Jones, right? We didn't even know if that game was going to be coming out at 30 or 60. I remember nobody would even take that bet. That's a problem. It should be a no-brainer that these games, if it's from a first-party studio, is going to come out at 60 frames because they're going to optimize for that machine. But I noticed that Xbox wasn't going that route. Then they would make commercials talking about no Xbox required, really pushing the no need for Xbox. I remember never seeing an Xbox Series X or S commercial. So I'm sitting here thinking, I'm gathering all this information together. And it brings me to the conclusion that Xbox doesn't care about their console gamers. Now, to some people, that hurts their feelings. So let me say it like this. Xbox doesn't prioritize their console gamers. And I think that's where the problem is. That's why I think they're playing with fire. Because Satya Nadella is saying that he's going to redefine what an Xbox gamer is. Let me tell you, Satya. Not me, but the person that bought this console and bought your Xbox One and bought your Xbox 360 and bought your original Xbox and has generations of playing on your Xbox console, that is the Xbox gamer. And let me tell you something, buddy. They don't want to be redefined. Now, if you want to give the options for somebody to go ahead and move somewhere, that's perfectly fine. But those hardcore Xbox fans don't want to be redefined. And I only got a glimpse, just this generation, of how attached you can get to that Xbox experience. Because let me tell you, man, I take nothing away from my Xbox Series X for the experiences that it gave me, except for 3 major games. One was supposed to be the game of the generation, which I definitely loved. Starfield. It was great, but it would have been better at 60. Definitely. 2 is Redfall, which when it came out was atrocious. I mean, I'll give it. I tell you what, I actually finished Redfall on PC and finished it, and it was fine, right? Like it's an okay game. And then 3rd was Hellblade 2, which I definitely enjoyed Hellblade 2. But Hellblade 2 I played on PC, and then Redfall I had to play on PC. Not to mention Forza Motorsport came out, and that game was supposed to be a complete masterpiece. And even though if you look at my year-end review, Forza Motorsport is the game that I played the most last year, it's only because I played it on PC. And on a cheap Walmart PC, this thing looked amazing. But on the Xbox Series X, I remember when I first played it, I was like, what's going on? What's happening? It wasn't impressive. Now, these are my opinions. If you want to get mad, you can get mad. But this is the reality. Satya Nadella said that he's going to redefine what an Xbox gamer is. And that is blatant disrespect to all the Xbox gamers that have been there since day one. Because they are playing with fire. After I moved over to PC, it only took 3, maybe 4 months until I realized that Steam is infinitely better. Until I realized that doing other things on PC, like using Play Night or GOG, whatever, is a better alternative than using the Xbox app. Seeing the Steam sales and how much money and how many games I could get with Steam sales if I was to save the $20 that I'm spending every single month on Game Pass Ultimate to buy games that I definitely will play. See, Game Pass Ultimate is a subscription service, but you're not going to use all those games. There's some games you're going to use, some games you're going to not. Now, for me, I've been able to still make Game Pass a value to me because I have been playing the majority of those games. However, people told me as soon as you run through all the first party titles and everything like that, you're going to start running out of games to play. Listen, now that I'm on Steam, I'm just being perfectly honest with you. Microsoft is lucky that my Game Pass subscription is set to automatic payment. Because if every single month I had to give them $20, I would go ahead and grab that $20 and look to see what I could get on Steam that month versus what I could get on Xbox to rent those games for $20. I'm just being honest. And what they're getting right now is a customer that is subscribed to Game Pass Ultimate still, but is watching and is a lot more hesitant. 2025 is supposed to be a crazy year. And I'm glad that I'm on PC. I'm glad that I'm on PC because I don't have to worry about the frame situation. And if my cheap Walmart PC can't play the games at the frames that I want, I could go ahead and upgrade the hardware. So again, I'm not worried about them telling me how I'm got to play this game. But that was never supposed to be. This was supposed to be able to run everything at 60. This right here, the most powerful console, or what was the most powerful console. But now that I'm on PC, it's not Xbox being the main thing anymore. Xbox is a side dish now. So yes, you still have me as an Xbox consumer. You still have me as an Xbox customer. The difference though is this. When you had me, Satya, when you had me on this, every single time I played a game, every single time I went to play something, this was being turned on. And that chime, ding, would go off. Every single time I was thinking about purchasing a game, it was on this. Every single time I looked at a sale for a game, it was on this. Every single time I went into a store and I went to, where they have all the bargain stuff and everything and the clearance and stuff, right? Because this has a disc drive. I was looking at Xbox games every single time. So you had me as a full Xbox gamer. And when you redefined me, you lost me. Because now I'm gaming on this, and most of my time is on Steam, even though I have Game Pass. Now, maybe, just maybe, you are okay with just my $20 a month. But what I'm telling you, what you were getting with this, with me, was way more than just the $20. Because what you got to understand is that when I was talking to somebody about gaming, I was promoting a product. Oh, what do you game on? Oh, I game on Xbox. Oh, why do you game on Xbox? Oh, Game Pass is ridiculous. Blah, blah, blah. If I recommend someone to get a PC, I'm not going to tell them to go ahead and get Game Pass first. I'm not. I'm not. If you're an Xbox gamer, I'm going to tell you to go PC and keep Game Pass. But if you're just jumping into gaming and you're thinking about, should I go to PC? Go ahead, go to PC. But I'm not going to recommend you to get Game Pass. Not right off the bat. Look at what Steam has to offer and go that route. You had hardcore Xbox fans that you're going to leave behind for mediocre Xbox fans. And I'm telling you right now, if I was really easy to leave, right, and I was not a hardcore Xbox fan at all, I'm not parochial to anything. I keep saying it on this channel all the time. I'm only loyal to one thing, and that is Jesus Christ. And I messed that up. Thank God for his grace. I'm telling you right now, when Xbox stops giving me the value that I want on the PC side, I'm already planning to bounce. I got 35 games on my Steam wish list. What do you think I got them sitting there just for nothing? No, every time there's a sale, I got pinged yesterday. I think God of War Ragnarok came on sale for like $29. I looked at it. That game's not worth $29. That game's worth like $5 at best. But I'm gonna keep waiting for it to drop, and then eventually I'll get it. It is what it is. But Xbox, you tripping. Doc Dog 1985. There's levels to this. You want to sit here and redefine what an Xbox gamer is. You're going to mess around and find out when you lose them. We out. Peace.